Hey guys, welcome back. This is Little Fear here, and a few days ago I picked up this Tyco kit for a snap together water tower. And in this video I'll be explaining the process that I did to put this water tower together. Now some of the box artwork is a little misleading because not all the pieces are painted as the box art shows, but now opening the box you can see all the pieces. For me, this kit was already assembled, but somebody disassembled it, so all of the parts were not already on the spools. So sorry I do not have an image of what that looks like. But then there was also the list of all the parts that you have. I have two extra parts, but I'll talk about that later at the end. But here is just a scrolling list of all the parts that you will need to make this kind of water tower, and here they are set out in person. The next step I took was taking all these spools and extra parts and putting them back inside the box so that I knew what I was working with, and I looked at the exploded diagram of what the water tower should look like, which you're seeing right now, and some of the parts were already stuck together for me, so I just kind of sorted those out generally from the other ones, but for most people that's not what you have. The first thing I started with was the giant water tank on top. Those two parts slide together and they're not terribly complicated to do. And next after that I stuck the brown base on it, which was also not very hard to do, but you do have to line up. There is a pin on the bottom of one of the orange pieces that goes into the brown base. You have to make sure you line that up so that when you stick the front hose or dropper part of the water tower that all matches up, because there's also another hole that everything interlocks into on the orange side, so the gray spigot or spout goes into one of those holes, as you can see across right here. Next, after that, I started gluing some of the top parts of the water tower together with the little notches that you can see where the two halves slide together. After that, I stuck the roof on top, so it's just a large gray piece, and I let that sit on the side and dry. Meanwhile, while the other side things were drying, I put together these four pieces, which make a part of one of the bottom. It's not the actual supports of it, but it is where the pipes and all the housings would be. And that was not very hard. In the end, I think I only glued it to the top of the actual water tower, so it's still able to come off of its base. The next step was taking the two halves of frame that I had and connecting them together. For one part, I did have to glue it a little bit because one of the pinholes that it was on broke, but those just slide into the holes on the base once you have all of the pins together, and you want to make sure that's a secure connection, so I let that sit and dry for a little bit before I was checking to see where the main top half would join on to the base. After that, I glued the top half on from where the pipes and the housings would be. And so then the next step after that was adding the ladder to the side, and the cool thing that the ladder does is that it actually snaps onto the side of the orange tanks where some plastic does shoot off, so you can slide the ladder in nice and easy. You can glue it like I did. I didn't put too much glue there because then it would be fairly visible, but the ladder also has a notch that fits into the base very easily, and you're also supposed to line the roof in a certain way to where the hatch is lining up with the top of the ladder. After I was finished constructing the water tower, I noticed I had two extra pieces, as you can see in front of you, and they weren't actually on the construction sheet or anything like that, so they weren't actually listed on it, so I didn't know if these were extra pieces or these were pieces from a different kit that just got mixed up at this kit. Like I said, or when I got this kit, it was at an antique store, so it wasn't exactly new in the box, so if you guys know where it goes to or what it's from, I'd like to know down in the comments section down below, and thanks for that. Alright, now that just about sums up this tutorial video for this Tyco kit on a nice, lovely water tower. You can definitely decorate it and paint it up in any sort of fancy way that fits your needs. It's very adaptable in that way. It's fairly easy to snap together and glue together. There are not too many difficult things to do. The only problem I really found was with the top of the water tower, or the actual water tank. Sometimes it was hard to slide into itself, and that pinhole was maybe a little too small for me. But besides that, it was a really good kit, and it now looks pretty nice sitting on my layout here, as you can see in these photos here. And I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial video. It's not every day that I do one of these videos, and I hope you guys appreciate it. And I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and thank you again, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!